This conversation was sponsored by Dash, an open sourced, decentralized, and privacy centric digital currency with instant transactions. Learn more at dash.org. How do you define love? Big question.
We don't have time today to get a comprehensive answer to that. I can say a few little things about it. You can think of real love. I mean, there are many feelings that pass for love. In other words, someone feels sexually attracted to someone else and they say, "Oh, I love you." No. I'm drawn to you. I'm attracted to you. I want to have sex with you. All of that's real, but love takes a little longer. It goes a little deeper than any of those things. Love has to do with when you have a very genuine, deep regard for someone else's life, and you're willing to even make sacrifices to increase that other person's creativity, awareness, and access to truth. When you have that kind of commitment, that's love. And the love is in the commitment to that outcome, not in the emotional feeling or the physical feeling that you experience in the other person's presence. So I think I have a pretty good idea about what love is experientially. I married 4 times. In the first 3, I didn't have a clue what it meant to really love. I wish I had, but I didn't. And then I met the woman who became my 4th wife, and we decided early on in our friendship that we would always be truthful to each other and always be forthcoming about our thoughts and feelings toward one another. And we built on that. And we fought like cats and dogs for a few years. But we had a commitment to work through that. And through that commitment, we learned what we needed to learn so that the fighting disappeared. We learned to fight for closeness instead of fighting to win. And then we were together for 38 years. And I took care of her when she was dying of Alzheimer's. That was an act of love. Caring for someone with Alzheimer's, especially someone you really care about, is very stressful. But I felt honored to do it. I had gotten so much from her. She taught me love. And from this I learned that the only way to really learn love is to be loved, to receive love when you're young. People who do not receive enough love when they're really little never really learn love. Okay? I had just barely enough love when I was little that I finally was able to open myself to the experience of learning love experientially. And I wish those of you out there listening to this and watching this video, I wish you love. I wish you to have the kind of experience I had where sooner or later you really get it. That it ain't just about excitement and attraction. It's about a very deep, permanent, lasting commitment to the other person's well-being. And most people can learn this. There are exceptions. There are people who cannot learn it and never will. And I feel sorry for those people, and I tend to avoid them because some of them are really dangerous.
Appreciate that definition. That's probably one of the best definitions I've ever heard to that question. It's a very, very difficult question. Hello, we're here at Acapulco 2016. I'm joined by Bob Podolsky, and you have a very interesting story of how you came to do what you do. He is an ethicist, and you were a physicist, an engineer, and a psychologist, right? So you've psychotherapist. So I would like to hear a little bit about your story, and I'm particularly fascinated by that mix because it seems like psychotherapists are just psychotherapists, physicists are just physicists. So you've kind of attached to the core of how humans and matter works.
Okay. Thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
Dash is
Dashes, I think, is a very promising technology. And it is kind of, because of the system, it's kind of like a living organism, right? Bitcoin right now is funded by major companies, right? BitPay, Coinbase, Blockstream. They're funded by companies that have a particular intention and will. They want to create, they want Bitcoin to be something, right? But Dash is internally funded. Dash is dependent on the value of its unit, right? The more valuable that Dash is, the more money that there is for this organism to keep developing and adapting and growing. And that is a very new thing in the world. I honestly believe this is a cybernetic organism. We humans, and we mortal humans in the Dash community are basically helping the gears that move it, but we can fall away and this thing will continue.